All right, we're here. We're here.
Hey, good morning, boys and girls. How are you?
Lauren's already taunting me. You're late. Where are you?
I'm surprised I don't hear that countdown music right before I wake up. Bump, 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 bump,
Get
bump,
up,
bump,
Hank.
bump. That'd be cool though if you had like countdown music.
Good morning, Ashley. I actually woke up early enough, she said. So perfect.
Well, thank you, Ashley. Much appreciated.
I'm getting my life together this morning. I just couldn't move.
Yeah?
I've been like frozen physically and in my brain and my tasks. Frozen.
Well, physically, it's probably because you've been working out, and then your body
I
goes,
hate it.
no more. I'm done. Forget it. Day's over.
But I'm doing it. And I've got to give a shout out to the girls over at Quench Fitness. I'm really enjoying working out with just really fabulous women. But also they're pretty motivating, and it's like one-on-one training. So I'm forced to face myself, which I don't like.
You can't like hide in the corner as everyone else is, doing whatever they're doing.
It's you and it's one of their staff members. So there's like 6 of them, and they've got you on a rotation. So it's never the same one.
Oh.
So you can't complain. Okay. I feel like this is how they get it done. Very smart.
Good then.
Very smart, but yeah, it's inspired my husband. So he ordered his rowing machine. My daughter moved out yesterday. I'm really looking forward to missing her.
Well, you're supposed to miss your children when they move out.
Right. So she's on her road trip right now. I checked in with her last night. I checked in with her this morning. Very slow going. She's not getting it done very fast.
And she's driving across the country, correct?
Yes. She's cross country driving with her friend. So I just wanted to make sure. It's funny because he's like not saying any words in the car. I'm like, Quad, are you there? No. I'm like, okay. I just want to make sure hopefully he's sleeping when she's driving so that this is how they can give each other that little break as they're going cross country so she can start her new life again.
Are they going to stop or are they just going to keep going?
I think they're just going. So.
Wow.
That's
I know. That's a lot.
I mean, when you're 23.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, go forever.
That's true.
That's what you do, right?
I think I'd get to Connecticut and say, we got to check into a hotel.
She's got a great job waiting for her. And I'm really excited for her to, jump off and start this new project again. She left me 3 sinks full of dishes, dirty stuff all over the place, and a broken door frame. But other than that, I'm totally fine.
She wants you to remember her. Remember the time that you spent together when she was here. And she left you little presents that will be memories.
I am not complaining. But I am going to have to go over to the Restore and purchase a few things. Shout out to our favorite sponsor. They're all favorites, but Habitat for Humanity is really doing amazing things in our community. And when you visit the Restore and you support them, you're supporting more houses being built here on the Cape. And if you've got a clunker that's sitting in your yard, feel free to donate. We're end of the year right now, so everybody's looking for donations. If you're looking for little ways to write some taxes off and you've got just a hunk of junk in your yard, which I'm cleaning out this week, that's on my to-do list. And I'm giving it to Habitat for Humanity so that they can, once again, buy more homes. They're fabulous. So find them and support them.
And we're grateful that Habitat for Humanity.
They're awesome.
Does not have an obnoxious jingle to try to get you to donate their car. Your car.
Correct. We love it very much.
And I'm sorry I just put that jingle in your head, everybody.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't need an extra earworm today. I was already started my day off with a spider. So I posted this morning, nothing worse than finding a spider than losing a spider. I went to go grab a shoe and it was gone. That's it. My whole bedroom is like, I'm itching thinking about going upstairs. I have to strip the bed. We're done. I know it's hiding, waiting to bite me.
You may never find it.
It was a big one. I didn't like it.
What do you mean a big one? How big is big stuff?
I feel like it was like quarter sized. It was like meaty. You know what I mean? It wasn't a daddy long legs. It had body. I didn't like it.
It had been working out. It's got a body.
It did. It was definitely working out. I was not a fan of that thing whatsoever. How was your weekend? I got to see you for a spot. We got to hang out a little bit. Good morning, Lynn and JB. Hey, Serafina.
Yeah, we had fun on Sunday.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
We had a blast. We really did.
We did our 0.5K candy trot.
Yes, we did. Candy ass trot.
It was a little bit more than I thought it was going to be, honestly.
Yeah. I did too. I was like, okay.
It's kind of.
We have to keep going.
Right. We mapped the whole route out. My husband brought that little the foot counter or whatever it was, which I didn't know we had in the garage. There's a lot of things in that garage. I don't know. We have. Don't get me started.
You got to get the dumpster stuff and just roll it up.
That's the plan, Hank.
And out the window and just go.
Yeah, this is like my next few weeks is just like some purge time. If I can fit it in during the week, I'm going to get it done. Especially now when my kids should be at school. Lily had cap and gown photos yesterday, had an absolute meltdown because she didn't like the way she looked.
Oh, well. They take cap and gown photos and then as well as you have the senior photo?
Of course. This whole year is like, why are we? Okay. That has been my response of, okay. But Cliff filled out the FAFSA. She got all of her college applications in early. Like, it's done.
That's
so,
great. And she's considering some really cool schools.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the money flushes out at. But I feel like the sooner the better. Yep. Hopefully we'll get a nice chunk of change for her to go where she wants to go. Good morning, Bob. I miss your face.
She wants to go to St. Joe's, right?
Yeah, that's her favorite right now.
That's a good school.
It's so little and cute. Yep. I kind of like it. If I could go back to college, I would go back there. Yeah. It seems very homey.
Well, I went to Big and Ugly, so.
Yeah, well, Big and Ugly seems to be the case.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we called it. It was BU, and everybody called it Big and Ugly.
Big and Ugly. One of our former marketing girl is over there right now doing grad school there. So she reached out. She's like, can I come to the markets? The Christmas markets that we're going to be having at the Mashpee Commons. I said, well, it's open. No, you can come to my markets. I never want to see you again.
Right. You can't work for me.
But don't judge me.
Walk by. You can buy stuff, but you're not going to work for me ever again.
Come and support.
Right.
So, yeah, I had an insane time at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh, my gosh. I was going to ask you about that. I've just seen the pictures. One of your videos popped up this morning.
Well, I just couldn't believe that I was actually physically there.
Yeah.
And that close, like 5 feet away.
How do you get the cool seats? I mean, you're like right up front.
Shout out to Rich the Bear, who wants nothing but the best for all of us. So our friend group just kind of got really, really lucky here with our space. We've been members of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for a few years. Last year, I got some sort of press deal that I just applied for.
Yeah.
So,
and anyone can be a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, absolutely. You totally can. I like this show just because you get to see so many people at once.
Right.
And you get to also, it kind of was like watching zoo animals because they all are in an arena in front of you and there's always a meal at the Rock Hall. So they're having snacks, they're having wine, they're, breaking bread and talking to each other while the show is being, because it's a long time. It's like anywhere between 4 and 6 hours it takes them to film this.
I was going to say, because it's being filmed, so they must stop and start. And
that's what they did when I was in LA. This was totally live.
Oh, okay.
So the sound was different there. That's why I wanted to watch the recast on Disney Plus, which you can, and you can see me.
Of course you can.
As my husband's like, are you seriously rewinding it? I was like, there I am. I'm in the audience right there.
And look who's on the stage, and I'm right there.
It was just a very, very cool experience. Good morning, Megan. And to be 5 feet away from Elton John inducting Bernie and to then have him play the full shot of Tiny Dancer, which was one of my favorites. It was just really incredible. The musicianship, the friendship, the cool, just being part of the crowd, and the smell of marijuana just as all the stars are coming out. It was like a.
But I would have thought they just all have edibles now, and they wouldn't bother the effort of toking.
No. It was a lot, like overpowering. I'm like, okay, I'm in it. We're all in this together.
Right.
There was an interesting study that was out today saying 34% more likely, which is, I've never read a study for marijuana that said you're more likely to die of a stroke or a heart attack.
No, I've never seen anything 34%. Like that either.
But I witnessed Willie Nelson walk on stage, this tiny little 90-year-old man who is basically embalmed in weed. Get out there. So I just don't believe that.
Right.
I feel like that's how we're taking our medical science now.
Right.
I don't believe it.
Right. I don't believe it. Somebody on Facebook said, okay.
Don't even start with me on that. That is real. That's like my kids watching TikTok, believing that that's gospel.
Right. Oh, Lord, no.
It's terrifying.
Yes.
Good morning, Marie and Allison. Thanks for joining us this morning. Yeah, so sharks are still in the ocean, just in case you're wondering. We had a situation. I know.
Really? They're still in the ocean?
Guys, that's where they live.
I did not know that.
So
You talked about the marijuana study. I did not know that sharks lived in the ocean.
that's it.
Oh
That's
my
it,
gosh.
kids. So 2 surfers were off of Coast Guard Beach over the weekend and said there was aggressive sharks chasing them. They're lucky to be alive.
Is that going to turn out to be a true story?
I don't know. I'm sure it's real. They're probably real hungry. I'm
Right.
sure their food sources are getting lesser and lesser as the weather is changing.
The seals are leaving.
You're right. Plus, once again, you're in their ocean.
Right.
Not going to catch me surfing anytime soon, especially not where I know there are sharks. We know there are sharks. There's a little app on your phone that says, don't go in that water.
Right.
No,
right.
thank you.
Right. And speaking about the National Seashore, we saw this morning that you can go and you can pick berries there.
That's kind of cool.
You can pick the blueberries and the raspberries and whatever kind of berries are there. It's just free for you to go and pick.
I had no idea that you were allowed to do that.
No.
Do that.
No.
Hey, Beth. Hey, Lauren.
I thought sure some park ranger would come up behind you and tap you on the shoulder.
Yeah, you're not supposed to take anything, but if they said that we're allowed to, then
beach plums and the whole.
See, that's
the whole
awesome.
Thing. Yeah.
Is it because of the birds? They would rather people have them?
Maybe.
Because when the birds have them, they spread out all the seeds everywhere.
Right. And then they poop all over the place and it's a mess. And
I, for the first time while I was driving on 95 to New York, saw a goose chaser.
A goose chaser?
So it's a natural way to get rid of Canadian geese. It's like a pack of dogs in the back thing. They let them roam and go and scare the geese away. But my friend confirmed the fact that when he also works in the finance department of BU, and he said that, no, we've hired them before because of the geese problem.
Really?
I said, I didn't know that there were like dogs trained to get rid of these birds. An infestation of birds. Call the dog.
Call the dogs. Right. Who let the dogs out?
What a cool business.
One of the most annoying songs of all time.
Yeah. It's debatable. You've got the list.
I got the list.
If you listen to Hank, you know all the annoying
And that's on
songs.
the list. That's on the list. Who let the dogs out?
So today, Barbra Streisand has released her memoir.
Memories.
I had asked you about if you had a memoir. You got one cooking?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
You've lived a lot of lives.
Oh, I've lived a lot of lives, that's for sure. I don't know if anyone would find it interesting, but I don't know if I could sit down and see all these people do their memoirs with someone else because someone has to ask them questions to draw it out.
Yeah.
I don't think well, I don't want to say I don't think anyone could sit down and just write one. I'm sure very talented people can, but I'm sure Stephen King could sit down and write his own memoir.
That's kind of cute.
It wouldn't be Stephen King with so-and-so.
Yeah, true.
Who actually wrote it. But Barbra Streisand, I bet she's going to have some good stories if she tells the truth.
I loved the fact that while she's out there promoting this, said she was upset with Amazon and Alexa because Alexa was mispronouncing her name as Barbra Streisand. So she called.
Life's problems,
right?
Steph, life's problems,
right?
Oh my gosh!
Can you imagine going? Excuse me, CEO. I need this fixed immediately.
Jeff Bezos, hello.
And they did. And she said, just the perks of being famous, I guess.
Well, no kidding, honey.
You're mad at robots mispronouncing your name that you call the company. That's the OG Karen right there.
Oh my gosh.
What's up, Maria? Hi, Kelly. I hope to have you on this week. I hope you got my message. I've been very tardy this week trying to catch up with everything in my life between my daughter moving out and me being away and then coming back and then trying to wrap my brain around real life things when I just was in a magical fantasy land seeing all of the people that I grew up listening to on the radio. It was pretty magical. I'm sorry. Oh. And I got to hang out with my brother, which was nice.
Yes. But you did have to walk up the stairs, though.
5 flights of stairs. He lives in a 5th floor walk up.
I didn't think those things existed anymore.
I felt guilty. We DoorDashed coffee, and I was like, you're going to make that guy walk up
You
those
DoorDashed
stairs?
Coffee?
Of course I did. The city has one of everything.
Why would you DoorDash coffee?
I had chicken soup and deli sandwiches at 7 a.m. I love New York's food.
Oh, I love the food, too, but you couldn't make coffee?
No. My brother, he's a bachelor. Do you think he even has a coffee machine in his house?
I would think if I was a bachelor, which I'm not and I don't want to be, I would at least be able to make my own coffee.
No, he's not. I asked for water. He started going towards the tap. I said, never mind.
Oh.
I'm good. He did make my bed, though, on the couch. He was very thoughtful. I love him to pieces. He's living his best life in New York,
Yeah,
going to shows, working his pants off.
working for that network.
Well, the weather.
The
Okay.
weather.
The weather.
I think we can trust him with the weather.
Mari says her name gets botched all the time. Who do
Oh,
I
Marie.
call? Who do I call?
Yeah, right. Marie.
Oh, Ashley said if I wrote a memoir, it would read like an ADHD on steroids running wild. Yeah. Lady, you and I are the same on that one. Squirrel, what is that? Where is this?
Yes.
That's my memoir.
Squirrel.
Fear of Missing Out by Stephanie.
Right.
I can't miss it. Taylor Swift is everywhere. She's basically an infection. I can't even process. It made me laugh though, that local businesses here on the Cape are now just taking her and Travis and photoshopping them into their promotional stuff. I saw Pizza Barbone did the exact same thing. Her and Travis walking by the food truck.
Yeah.
Her and Travis having a cocktail at their cocktail truck.
Right.
Cape Cod Beer did one as well. Like Travis walking down the street holding a Cape Cod beer can. Very cute. They've permeated everything, and now they're going to be they're having a Dancing with the Stars night. That's all Taylor Swift songs. I'm kind of here for it.
No. The people on Dancing with the Stars, I don't even know who the stars are anymore.
No, some of them.
Some of them maybe.
Yeah.
But most of them are like, who's that?
2 out of 3 ain't bad, Hank. We got this. Good morning, Sue. Ryan, thanks for joining us. Today is National Merlot Day.
Yes. So celebrate.
Ugh. Merlot, I can't.
Support your local packy.
Not a problem here on the Cape. Not a problem.
Nope.
They are thriving and doing very well.
Yes, they are.
Although I do have high hopes for our youth. We were just talking about this the other day, you and I, when we were grabbing lunch with our spouses, about how our kids really don't drink. They're not big drinkers.
No.
Which I'm thankful that they're into wellness. They take care of themselves. Lily takes quiet time. She, my social batteries needs to be recharged. I'm gonna lock herself in a little cocoon room. I think it's great.
Yeah.
We need more of this. I wish we had self-care when we were younger. We did not. That was not even a word.
Oh God, no.
Well, it's not even self-care anymore. It's now just self-something. I forget what the new vernacular is. The words that are ever changing that I try and keep up with. I really do.
You really can't.
I'm not stuck in the mud like that. I need to learn. Although sometimes when they talk to each other, I don't even know what language it is anymore. Too early for Christmas music. Oh, so let's talk about that, miss, shall we?
Yes. Way too early.
Just read a study, and I wanted to talk about this study. Playing Christmas music too early is bad for your health.
No kidding.
It's bad for your health. There was a psychiatrist, did a huge, I think, decade-long survey and study. And what they found was the sooner the music is, it's that cue, it's that trigger, all your familial anxiety, all the shopping you have to do, all the prep work you have to do. The holiday season brings along with it anxiety and brings along stress. So when we hear that music, it stresses us out. Whether we notice it or not, it's begun. And so they're saying listening to Christmas music too early, bad for your health.
When did the on-air radio stations who do just Christmas music start?
Some that I've worked for started November 1st. Some that I've worked for started on Thanksgiving Day.
See, I'm okay with like after the day after Thanksgiving.
Like December 1. Can we leave it in the month, in fact, in which it is? How about that?
Yeah. Day after Thanksgiving is Black Friday. I had one of my aunts was a cloistered nun, and she didn't get out very often, but she loved to do her Christmas shopping on Black Friday. And my poor father, it took years off his life. because the crowds trying to find a place to park. But for Aunt Sister Mary Eugenia,
It was her high holy holiday.
well, see, being cloistered, she only had a small circle of nuns that she saw all the time. So being out on Black Friday with all these people and all this
It's
stuff
like Times
going on.
Square for her.
Oh, it was Times Square New Year's Eve for her. She had a blast. And my poor father, every year when it was over, he said, I'm not taking her next year, damn it. And the next year would come around and he'd go, well, okay, I guess she wants to go. I guess I'll have to take her. And
The
my
things
mother
we did to ourselves.
my mother would take her around through the stores, and they'd wait and wait and wait for my father to find a parking space. But I mean, yeah, it was, and then we'd try to meet them someplace for lunch.
Yeah.
And it was,
I got attacked one year at a Walmart for a vacuum. Never again.
you what?
Never again. I almost basically got a black eye from this woman.
Over a vacuum? Like
Never again.
There was only one left?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I had it in my hands, and this woman basically tackled me.
Oh, like trying to get a fumble?
There's me
Bang!
like this, like, you wanted that bad lady, go ahead. I could totally have annihilated her. I'm not worried about it, but I just let her have it. I'm like, wow, I can't.
Wow.
Oh, so Allison says, no, I've been listening to Christmas music for weeks. Good morning, Ruth.
Well, isn't there a Hallmark Christmas channel?
Of course, they started with the movies, I think, in last year. Like it's all year long.
Because the TV was on in the living space, and I looked up and I said, that's not a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Is it?
Lauren says she's been playing it since the day after Halloween. There may be a tree up too. She says, and if you allow yourself to stress out about the holiday, then we create our own unnecessary stress. Well said.
Yeah, but sometimes you don't have any choice.
Yeah, right?
Sometimes you're like my father.
Well, that's it. When you're around celebrators, you're like forced to
Right.
be in there. I'm in it because everybody else is excited about it. So I'm like, all right, we're doing this.
You know, like my dad, who had a great Thanksgiving with everybody, and then he's got to be thinking, he had to be thinking to himself, oh my God, I gotta get up in the morning.
Good morning,
I gotta
Jeff,
pick her up. I gotta take her to the mall.
John, Lindsay. Yeah.
But I'm sure he got points for it.
Of course he did. Somewhere,
and
wherever those magical points get added on.
I'm sure my dad did all kinds of really generous things for people, and I'm sure he got all kinds
You
of
have that
points.
fictitious scorecard in your head of like, oh,
Right.
I'm going to get points down the road.
+1 here, -2 here. How am I doing? as long as I have plus how many, I can get in no matter what the minuses were.
Hank's still in that judgment zone. He's still waiting at the pearly gates. He'll be there for a while. He's got a lot of tallying to do.
Yeah, let me add this up.
And I'm advocating for some more Hanukkah songs. Let's go. Let's go. We can't just have Adam Sandler out there and dreidel.
No.
We need some more. Somebody step it up. Please. So this anthropologist was out there shopping
Mm-hmm.
and saw a skull and then realized it was a real skull
Ooh,
at a thrift shop.
at a thrift shop. Nice.
Could you imagine?
No.
Ugh, it's like a real life bones.
How could you not know it was a real skull?
I don't know, because Halloween decorations are getting much better these days.
Oh, that's true.
They
That's
didn't
true.
realize it was an actual, like, real bones.
Mhm.
They're like, wow, this is a great knockoff. Anthropologist is like,
Very lifelike.
'cause
No,
it's
very deathlike.
a real skull. But I mean, maybe it came out of somebody's library. You know, thrift shops end
Yeah.
up getting old stuff from everybody's estates and
Yeah.
whatnot. They just take everything that's in the
But
house.
if it came
and-
out of somebody's library, how did it get in somebody's library?
So curious. Well, I mean, when did that happen where they swapped it over? Was it World War II? Somewhere around there where they
know.
made the you can't have this and you can't take your service weapon home and you can't take the this and you can't, like, there was definitely a change in attitude about that.
Right. There's a story on the Sandwich Police blog about someone who had the police come to their home because they thought they were hearing sounds, and in the course of investigating, they found a World War II antique bolt action rifle with a bayonet. It belonged to her great grandfather. It was handed down from her to her. He had brought it home from the war, and they had to take it away because she didn't have a permit for it.
Oh, that kind of stinks though.
Yeah.
How can she go about getting a permit for it?
I suspect so. I mean, I don't think.
Yeah, because it's like that's a family heirloom. That's so different. And it's not like you're going to be running around bayoneting people. But I mean,
No,
crazier things have happened.
no. Maybe they take the bayonet away and say, "Hey, here's the rifle." But
I mean, you should. People have those weird Japanese
Yeah.
sword things and taekwondo. Cliff had a bunch of that on as well when we first started dating,
Oh,
where he
really?
was doing all this
Mhm.
taekwondo stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, swords.
Yeah. I have my
I was
great
the worst girlfriend. I don't know how we're married still.
I have my great grandmother's trunk that she brought over when she came from Ireland.
Yep.
And the first time I opened it, there was a gas mask in it.
That-
It was my great
it's warming.
great uncles that he had brought home from the
Yikes.
war,
Yeah.
and a metal soldier's helmet.
Those things suck. They don't even work anyway.
No,
They
but
really
it was just
don't.
like, oh, it was a little shocking.
Yeah, well, just the times.
It's a family heirloom.
The Irish gas mask. Just ripping bong hits in there. You didn't know. You didn't know, Hank. It's all good. It's on Jason Momoa is going to be hosting Saturday Night Live the Saturday before Thanksgiving. Yes, please. And thank you. Very excited for that. I just saw that he was like hanging out with his high school sweetheart in somewhere nowheresville, like Wisconsin.
Really?
I was like, could you imagine being in Wisconsin, just driving along? You're like, is that Jason Momoa? No. Wait,
Couldn't be.
wait. What?
Couldn't be. Well, you
That's
see,
insane.
but that's how they get away with it.
hmm
That's how they, can walk around Cape Cod
Like normies.
like normal people, because people look and they go, nah, can't be. It looks an awful lot like.
Well,
but
look at us. We have Chris Evans having a house here, and no one's giving up the deets of where it is, or
no,
where how he got married. What do you mean he got married on Cape Cod? Where? We wanted to know where.
nope, not gonna find
Just
out.
even give us a town. By the way, if anybody on here knows, let us know.
Yeah.
Hi, Mary. Nunchucks. It's like regular stepbrothers around here. Seriously. Yeah, the Sandwich Police Blotter, always a good time. We had another fun one there. Once again, reasons to call the police, an emergency.
Any sandwich woman contacted dispatch to report it was her birthday and that she had run out of toilet paper. She requested they deliver some to her residence. The request was denied, and we just couldn't spare a square. Why?
I love the
Why?
Seinfeld reference. I appreciate it.
Why? I mean, why? What would ever make you? And see, and the thing about it is this: when I first read it, I thought, oh, maybe it was probably an elderly person living alone. And then I thought, but if it was, they would have said it.
Right.
They would have said an elderly senior citizen called, blah 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 blah, but they didn't. So this had to be a person who was somewhat capable of going out and getting their own toilet paper, or maybe they
The
heading.
last people I would call on earth to bring me toilet paper would be the police. I would crawl my body to the shower. I would do anything possible.
Right.
Take care of myself
Paper
before
towels.
calling the police
Paper
to bring
towels.
me toilet
Anything.
paper. She had to have been
Yeah.
special.
Well, it was her birthday, so maybe she was celebrating her birthday, and maybe she took all the toilet paper and threw it and decorated a tree,
This
and
is
then
a stretch, Hank.
and then she needed it.
Sorry, I TP'd the house. I forgot I needed it to wipe my bum. Can you bring some over? Thank you. What's up, Dave?
Yep.
Hey, Michael.
Yeah, I know you guys aren't doing anything important.
Just hanging out over there. It's fine.
She could have DoorDashed it.
You could have. And the DoorDashers in New York would have brought it right on in for her.
Right, or Uber eated it, or whatever it is.
I rode the subway by myself for the first time.
So
That was
proud
that
of
was a
you.
little scary.
Yes.
Well, especially since I'm not super comfortable with my surroundings.
Mhm.
I mean, my brother is on the Upper East Side, so it's not like yucky. But I mean, I had to take it all the way to Brooklyn, and so yeah, there was a lot of differences that I saw, and I've never ever smelled someone so terrible as a bum on the subway. I forgot about it. I smelled that man 3 blocks away before I saw him, and then my brother's like, "Oh, I really wish there was a place for them to shower around here," and I was like, "That's what that smell was."
Oh my goodness.
That made me really sad.
Yeah.
Some parts about the city I don't like, and that's
Right.
definitely what it
That's
was.
definitely one
And
of
it's
them.
not like we don't have homeless here, and we are trying to make sure everybody has a home here. Like we're actively working on it. Once again, thanks to Habitat for Humanity for doing what they do. Hundreds of hours they have to put in to work
Mhm.
towards their homes.
Mhm.
And they do just such a good job.
And the people who won the lottery for that home, they have to contribute sweat equity as well.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, hundreds of hours.
Yeah. So it's not like someone's building it and then you're just rolling in. You have an investment in it when you build it. And I think that's the really cool part of it.
Speaking of won the lottery, I saw someone who did one of the slots. If you've ever found Stephanie, I do $20. That's about it. And when it's over, and I walk away from the slot machine because I work hard for my money and I don't really particularly enjoy gambling. Somebody won $12.2 million
On a slot?
on a slot.
Dang.
There is hope. There is hope for your $20.
Totally
Do you gamble?
random.
Are you a gambler?
We'll go to 50.
Yeah.
50 bucks, maybe 100.
Do you have certain numbers you play, like Keno or the lottery? That used to be a big thing when
No,
I
we
was
play Wheel
younger.
of Fortune. We play Wheel
Oh,
of Fortune.
okay then.
And that's really cool. And when you hit it, there's like a 3D Vanna that comes out and goes, now time to spin the wheel, and it spins and everything. It's really cool. But like maybe $100, and then we're off to the lounge.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. Like I'm here for the sights and sounds. Get me a coffee.
Right.
A friend of ours is going to Vegas this week, and they're like really excited about it. Doing Vegas.
You know what? I don't like Vegas.
No, either.
I spent a lot of time going to Reno, Tahoe for a job several years ago now. And I liked Reno. I liked the casinos in Reno. And Vegas was like, ugh. Just didn't do anything for me. After I, went up and down the strip, okay, now what?
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
No. Good people watching. If you love people watching, there's plenty there for you. Not a problem. Never a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Dave said, I once saw a guy with a Christmas tree on a New York subway. Hey, you got to do what you got to do, right? I mean, that's your opportunity to move something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ubers weren't so prevalent then.
Yeah, I like old Vegas.
Yeah.
More than I like just the strip. There's another section that was Vegas when it started. And there's some really, really, really nice hotels there.
Yeah.
But that's more part of
like the Nugget.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like a real part of the world. The one, I guess it's the Nugget, that has the big fish tank right by the pool.
Yep.
That's in all the movies.
That's pretty cool.
With the girls.
Well, yeah, because it's like days of yore. It's like gangsters and when they ran Vegas and
Right.
your Frank Sinatra time in Vegas.
Right. And all the babes.
Yeah. Yeah.
All the broads, I should
It's
say.
the broads. Look at you. He's not canceled. He's just talking about days of yore. He's not
That's
referring
right.
to me as a broad.
That's right. It's history, folks.
That's it. That's all it is. It's history.
It's
we have to
history.
accept that it was.
Yes.
And we're better than that now. That's all.
Yes.
So moving on.
A caller reported a suspicious car parked in front of their house. The vehicle belonged to a private investigator.
Are they investigating them?
Can you amend? No more detail. No further detail. Please, guys, we need more detail on this one.
Yeah, well, they're going to find themselves in trouble because we're going to start calling and be like, I need a little more than that.
Yeah, need a little more than that.
I want to know.
Who is the private investigator investigating? The person in the house who was calling?
Has anyone watching right now ever called a private investigator?
I don't know anybody who's ever called a private investigator.
Like, I'm super nosy and always have to watch it to the very, very end to see what happens because I do have super fear of missing out. But I'm not nosy enough to hire a private investigator.
Yeah. I don't even know a private investigator. Do you?
No.
I mean, and you know a lot of people.
I do. Maybe they're private investigating and I don't even know.
Oh, could be.
I'm oblivious. Unless you beat me over the head with it. I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't get it. You didn't tell me. I just always assume. I'm one of those people that assumes what you're telling me is just real and fact. Why would they lie to me?
Right. And my image of a private investigator, it's like, Mannix and who else were private investigators?
Like former police officers that no longer policing.
Right.
I could see them doing it, but I've never heard. I guess we could just Google it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Good morning, Chris. Thanks for joining us. Actually, I'm going to look at that link later if it's safe.
What link?
You know, when you randomly see links, she dropped us a link, so I'll have to see it later.
Oh, okay.
I will look forward to that later. Yes, I will.
Spencer was another private investigator.
It's not Perry Mason. Like, I can't.
Perry Mason used to be a private investigator. His
That's what I'm
character.
saying, right? These are the ones I know just from TV,
Right.
like The Americans. Some is a spy.
I've never seen a real one.
We want to know.
Is anyone out there watching who is a private investigator, or do you know one?
Maybe they don't want to be known,
That's true. They don't want to,
right? They blow up their spot.
Right.
I'm down for wearing shenanigans and all kinds of just disguises.
Right.
That could be fun. But the minute I open my mouth, I'm busted.
Yeah. Oh, it's Stephanie. Yay. So you got a new job.
Job Stephanie could never do. It's that one. What, be incognito? Sorry. That's not for me.
No. Too recognizable.
Yeah, right? What's going on in the world of dining and everywhere else?
Oh my gosh. We had a winner of our chicken dinner page.
Yeah.
The chicken dinner contest that I would encourage everyone
I have been dying for a good chicken pot pie
to go to Cape Cod Dining at Home and everywhere else. It looks like
so cute.
How can I describe this? Ghouls, ghosts.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I don't think I can't show it to you.
It was a very Halloween one.
Yeah, very Halloweenish. Please go to the page. It's from Mari posted it, so you can find it. It's
cute
just
little eyeballs.
It's just excellent. Eyeballs and tentacles and wicked cool. Because that contest was winner chicken dinner. So, and our friend who runs the kitchen supply store down in Hyannis.
Love that place.
Well, she's closing up.
Makes me very sad. That place was always my go-to place for anything cooking. We're making anything specialty. She always had it.
Yep.
Whether it was sushi mats or just like souffle cups or the most random of items, she would always have them.
Mm-hmm. So she's having a big sale. So I think she's plans to be out of business, close the shop by the end of the year.
That's such a bummer, especially since they're doing so much work in that area.
Yeah.
It's looking really cute in that specific area of downtown Hyannis, which has not been gorgeous for a long time.
No.
And they're really, really beautifying the area. Lots of new shops going in there, making it very homey. I love what they're doing, the amount of work, and it kind of stinks that she's now leaving.
Yeah.
I thought she was such a perfect addition there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, probably, another victim.
There's not much parking, though.
No, but probably another victim of Amazon. I mean, if you need some kitchen doodad, you can go on Amazon and you'll have it the next day.
I'm really trying not to use them. I actively try and shop local. I know Mashpee Chamber, we are working on a shop local campaign. It's the first time we've ever done something to just stay in Mashpee and shop. And the benefits are tremendous when you keep your money just a few dollars, even for your local businesses. So please, this holiday season, I am begging you to support your local as much as possible. Mm-hmm. I get it. Sometimes things are out of control where we don't have the supply for it. Like hubby and I went to Walmart the other day in downtown Falmouth, and they had one of all the things that we were looking for. I'm like, can you imagine? That's it. Now it's gone. When are they going to replace it? We don't even know. We don't know what the supply is like. Yep. So I know that it gets difficult when you're trying for specific things to not go online, but try not to go online.
Right. There are enough stores in the Mashpee Commons that you should be able to find, generally speaking, stuff for most people.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're having your Christmas.
Really looking forward to our Christmas markets. We've got some new stuff coming to town, and it's vendors that I've not seen before. And I've been really trying to curate different people and some really nifty, just fun holiday gifts. So if you're looking for something special, something different, and you're just bored of the same old, we're going to have different stuff there. And I'm really looking forward to it. All the 4 Sundays after Thanksgiving, we will be there. And there'll be different entertainment every week. We've got chorale singers and we've got Steeple Street Music providing some music. Our friend Bobby Loomis is going to be opening up the show. We've got Quench coming to do a snowball chase. They're going to do a demonstration.
Mhm.
So I'm excited for that. We've got Cape Cod photo bus is going to be there with like a really just cute scenic thing. We'll have hot toddies from Knockabout. Their hot cider is so good.
I had their ciders on Sunday. Very good.
So good. Like just absolutely delicious. The day that we were there painting pumpkins, we were out back and it was cold, it was rainy,
Mhm.
and they had this hot toddy. And I was just like, oh, this is so yummy. Very much looking forward to that comfy, cozy yumminess that we're
Yeah.
going to be having.
The cider spritzers that I had, I was glad we then decided we were going to go out and eat.
Yep. Need food, heavy food.
Need food, need pizza, need stuff to kind of, because they were good.
Yeah. Good morning, Chris.
I could have sat there all day drinking those, but then Cliff would have had to put me in the car, and Mari would have had to drive me home, and he would have had to follow, and Cliff would have had to get me back in the house.
I know. I haven't had an amaretto coffee in a while. That was delicious.
Oh, that was
I was very happy.
That was a nice idea too.
It was a nice little treat. We had a fun little lunch. So
the amaretto coffee, the Cosmo. I didn't have the Cosmo. You did.
I had the espresso martini.
Love
coffee. And then I was like up doing my work, so that helped me. That was my fuel.
Right. Couple glasses of wine. Yeah.
This was over many hours, and lots of pizza was had. So
Yes.
don't be like, oh, gotta worry about those.
Oh yeah. Oh no, we were good. We were good. It's just
we ate and we walked out. It was fine.
Yes, we walked. No one had to hold us up.
Well, that's the holiday season too. I feel like we're already starting to overindulge just a little bit. And I'm trying to reel it in before it starts, which is why I've been trying to get my fitness on a little bit.
A little bit.
Well, also because I was like huffing and puffing when I was bending over to tie my shoes, and I was like, we cannot have this.
No.
You know that inner monologue you have with yourself? You're like, okay, listen, self, we're not doing this anymore. Champion yourself. You know, there are my friends that are into their mantras in the morning of this is going to be a good day. We're going to, rock this. We're going to whatever voice that you talk to yourself in the morning about rah, rah, rah. Mine's like, listen, ho, get up, move your body. You're a slob. She's very mean to herself.
I guess she is. Wow. You better talk to her. She can't talk to you like that.
She is a problem. She gets me into bad things also. Good morning, Kai. Thanks for joining us. It's Hank and Stephanie. We're here every Tuesday. We always have a great time. What else have you got going on for the holiday season? What are your plans? Are you going away? Are you traveling for Thanksgiving?
No, I don't think so. I think we're kind of figuring out where we're gonna which house we're gonna go to and who's gonna do what. It gets tougher the older you get. Actually, the older your kids get.
Yeah,
and then they start to,
go places.
They've got their own places to go. I know we went away on Thanksgiving a couple of years ago, and I don't think it was okay. We went to a really nice place, had a fabulous dinner.
Yeah,
I don't think we're ever going to do that again. But it's just a matter of figuring out, okay, who's going to host, who's going to cook, who's going to do this, and who's going to do that.
See, that's the stress of it all.
It is. Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then everybody asking you all the time, "What are you doing? Why are you asking me? I don't know.
I don't know yet."
Meanwhile, our question of the day today is: are you putting your tree up before or after Thanksgiving? Maybe you're not putting up a tree at all. Maybe you're over it. Yesterday, my daughter asked once again, "Can we get a Charlie Brown tree?" I'm fine with it.
Right.
Our holidays are much less fanfare than they used to be, but they're big now, right?
Right.
It's not that little kid excitement anymore. I don't have to get up at 3:00 in the morning and go, right, good, that's wonderful, I love it, while my eyes are closed, trying to find my coffee in my mouth.
Yeah, I don't think she's not listening. Mariana's 11. We're not sure.
Yeah.
We think last year she played along.
Yeah.
But every now and then she'll say something, and you're like, oh, maybe she is still.
Santa's real.
Well, I mean, Santa is real. If anyone ever asked me, is Santa real? Santa is real.
Right.
Santa was a real person.
By the way, do you want to play Santa?
Ho, ho, ho. I have been told by Santas that if I grew my beard a little longer.
Seriously though, Hank, come on.
I would pass.
Let it grow. It's Movember. So here we are, Movember, and I really feel like you should take the floor a little bit and talk about this.
Except my wife doesn't like those long, scraggly beards.
Mari, come on. Give me a month. I need him until the end of the year.
because I'd be. Although Santa can have
I'm slapping a suit on you.
a trim beard. I mean, and I've got the wire room glasses. I've got the hair. I can put on the voice. You know, I suppose I could do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I don't know.
But talk about the month of November, which is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month.
Oh, yeah. Real important, guys. If you're not being tested, get tested. It's a blood test. No one sticks anything anywhere that you're uncomfortable about. Get the blood test.
Unless you want that.
And if the blood test comes back with certain results, well, then maybe somebody's going to put something somewhere that you're not comfortable with. But at least it's for a purpose, and it's not just like random. The hell are you doing that for?
Yeah.
But it's real. It's really important. I was diagnosed with prostate cancer last year. It was caught ridiculously early because my doctor made sure that I had the test. I don't know how long she was giving me the test. I didn't know she was doing it, I think, before I even realized it. And I was treated last year, and I'm fine. So it was easy. I'm saying it was easy. It was a grind. But I didn't. It drives me.
Yeah, you had your days.
Right. Oh yeah. I hope this comes out right. I get very upset when I read obituaries and see that someone died after a battle with prostate cancer, because you don't have to. You really don't have to. What happens is the prostate cancer then, goes somewhere else, and that, is what your your final ticket out is. But there's
it's happening younger though. That's the scary part.
Yeah.
I feel like when you get to be of a certain age, you're already going to be tested for those things.
Right.
But we're seeing it start popping up in 30s and 40s, which is like kind of crazy.
Yep. And then you're going to get to a certain age where if you have it, they're not going to do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because statistically, something else is going to kill you.
Yeah.
And that's what they tell you.
Right.
Right. I mean, right to your face. If you were 10 years older, we wouldn't even worry about this.
Yeah.
Because something else is going to happen. But in the meantime, if you're not, you got to get it taken care of, because we have a dear, dear friend who, for various reasons, did not get it caught in time.
Yeah.
And
I have a family member right now that waited too long.
He passed away earlier this year, and it was a shame.
Yeah.
I mean, he fought the good fight, and I think he hung in there longer than most people thought he would. But it was just, it was just too bad. He was young. He was my age, which
young.
Which from my perspective is now young.
Right. That's it. It's funny how those markers change.
Right.
As we age.
Right.
No, I definitely think so. So if you see people that are normally clean shaven walking around with a little extra scruff and you're wondering why, it's November. We're asking you not to shave. And that is people raising some money for prostate cancer awareness. AJ says that Santa can have a trim beard.
Okay.
But like the Miracle on 34th Street Santa.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Right.
Mari, it all depends on who sits on his lap. That's what she said. So. Once again, we got the Brady jersey under the bed, the Brady mask under the bed. Mari, you can borrow the Santa outfit after we use him a little. Whatever floats your boat. We got you.
Oh, dear.
So fun. So fun.
Oh, my goodness.
I know. This entire week, I'm just like trying to be in the planning phase of already starting to talk about January and February. I think as an entrepreneur, we like are never sleeping.
Never done.
We're never off the clock. We're never changed. Talk about the market a little bit. I know that there is some changes. There was that big lawsuit.
Yeah.
And I don't think people fully understand what is happening in the market right now. So Hank from Today Real Estate.
The thing about the lawsuit is this: nothing's going to happen for a while. That's the first thing, because the decisions are going to be appealed. Essentially, what this is an attack on the way we've bought and sold homes for decades and decades and decades. That people are all of a sudden, people with more money than us, and see, this is one of them. This is not going to get preachy here or political here. This is going to have little or no benefit to most normal people. Okay. It's going to benefit the rich people. But for years and years and years, like forever, a seller would pay not only the fee for their agent who marketed their home, but they would also pay the fee for the cooperating agent, which was the person who brought the buyer to the table. That's the way it was. Nobody objected. And then, I don't know, something happened and somebody sued, and all of a sudden people are talking about, collusion and making prices artificially high and all of that stuff. It's all bull.
Okay.
Okay. Housing prices are not based on whatever the commission is.
Right.
Okay.
It's the market.
It's the market. And then from there, your commission, which is our paycheck, folks, commission comes out of whatever the seller makes. It's that simple. No, and I've gone back and forth on Facebook, and I probably shouldn't, with real estate agents who insist that the price of a home is, it's the price plus the commission. I don't know how they're doing their job, but that's not how you do it. You don't come up with the price of a house and then add on whatever the 3% is.
I mean, you can, but I mean, that's kind of stealing, right?
But nobody does it.
Yeah.
Nobody does. And sellers have always had the option to say, you know what? I don't want to pay the broker and the cooperating agent anything. Or I want to pay. Many times people will say to Mari, we'll ask for 6% or 5%, 2.5% for us, 2.5% for the cooperating broker. They'll say, you know what? We want to give you 3.5%.
Yeah.
And we want to give the cooperating broker 1% less. As a marketing tool, that's not very good.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, she's always refused it.
Yeah.
Because the 50-50 split is what's most fair.
Yeah.
And people who do the 3 and 2, there's always a little, they do the 3 and
Yeah.
Because that's
got to be so stressful. I can't imagine having it's like always wheeling and dealing. I feel like it's always like just trying to get something going. I feel like housing right now, we have it's bare, right? We don't really have that many things on the market, and they are sitting a little bit longer. This is a weird time of year.
Oh yeah, this is a weird time of year anyway. And,
yeah,
and again, this is the kind of thing where the headline writers and the negative folks are going to say, "Oh my God, the housing market has slowed down."
Well, because I have a friend of mine that put his house on the market last month, and then immediately when he put it on, he regretted it. It just wasn't ready to part with the house.
Yeah,
and that happens.
Oh sure.
I don't think I need to tell you this.
No.
But I feel like he was always feeling the pressure too, and I feel like he wants to enjoy it for one more season before he lets it go.
Right. I mean, this is the time of year when you're only looking to move. You're only looking for a house if you have to.
Okay.
So of course it's going to slow down.
Mm-hmm.
This is the time of year when people find out, for example, if they're being transferred.
Okay. Yeah, right.
So you're going to have, in some cases, people out looking for new homes because they don't have any choice.
Mm-hmm.
They've got to sell the one they have because they're going to Seattle.
Yeah.
So you have those kinds of people. You have people who have decided to move and they want to get settled before the second half of the school year starts.
Yeah.
So you've got serious folks. You don't have a lot of tire kickers. It's a great time to put your house on the market because a lot of other people aren't.
Right.
Well,
in our area, especially, we're near the military base, and there's always, when you get your orders, and you got to go. So there's always a lot of flux around here. Regardless.
There's 4 Ds: debt, divorce, diamonds, and diapers. That's why people move. Divorce, debt, diamonds, and diapers.
I like that.
Okay. And then because we live on Cape Cod, I add a 5th: death.
Oh, yeah.
Because we have a natural turnover.
Yeah. It's a slow natural turnover, though. People are living longer.
But there is a natural turnover. And we've made a bit of a niche for ourselves.
Yeah.
In that, working with older homeowners or working with families who have to sell grandma's house or grandpa's house. And it's really hard.
Mm-hmm.
The family may not have visited in decades.
Yeah. But
all of a sudden they've got to sell it. And they've got memories, and oh my God, so you have to walk them through it, and that's kind of become a bit of a niche for us. But I mean, and the other thing is this: interest rates aren't going to go down.
No.
If you're sitting there, I'm going to wait for interest rates to go down. forget it. You're going to sit there. If your home is too small now, it's too small. It's
Right.
not going to get any bigger. If your home is too big, it's not going to get any smaller.
Well, that's it. I just keep getting rid of people, so it's feeling a little bit bigger
Right.
today.
I was going to say we talked about it Sunday. This house is progressively becoming too big for you and Cliff.
Exactly. It is.
You know,
It is.
And then at some point, it's silly for you to be living in this house with all this space
Yeah,
because it's just going to be you two.
I know.
You know, and you need an extra bedroom for when one of the kids come home.
Yeah, no, I'm not. We're encouraging them never to come home. That's it. Never. Trying to make it so not comfortable here. We're working on it. We're filling all the spaces. No, I love them dearly, but Cliff and I are very much like, okay, go, baby bird, fly.
Right.
We love you.
Right. Well, the bedroom space where your daughter was, who just moved out, Cliff.
Oh, we immediately have plans for it.
Bringing his office down there.
Exactly.
He's going to get an office out of the primary
well, that's
suite.
the problem. I mean,
bring it downstairs.
We're running 2 businesses from our home right now, so it's really we've definitely outgrown this space, but we've not found the right space yet. Right. What that is. So I know I've got Mari on the job, and
we're looking for it.
You and her will work relentlessly in finding it for us. If you have a space that you're needing help with, please reach out to Hank and Mari. They are really knowledgeable and they're happy to share with you their expertise, which I love. It's not a secret. It's not something that they're not telling everybody else. I love the fact that you engage other realtors and say, you know, I disagree and this is what's going on. It's nice to have the whole bunch of the facts before you're making a decision, because this is probably the biggest purchase you've ever made in your life. And it's something that you need to be careful with.
And that's the cool thing about being a realtor. It really is not about the money.
Yeah.
It's because you get a chance to help people make one of the biggest, if not the biggest, financial decisions in their lifetime.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so it's not like, you know, you're just kind of tagging along. You're helping people figuring out where they're going to live for the next 7 to 9 years and raise their kids and, you know, make memories.
Yep.
And that's the cool part of the job. And it's nice that we get paid for it, obviously.
Yeah, right.
But that's the cool part of the job. So it's fun. We enjoy it.
And we enjoy you guys.
Why, thank you.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us today. We have got so many things this week. If you're looking for trivia, if you're looking for a good time, call lemonade.com. Should be sitting on Santa's lap anytime now. 1-900 lemonade.com. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. If it was a little glitchy and spotty in some spots while you're moving around on your Facebook page, you can always go back and subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we really have a good time here at Lemonade. If you want to be a guest on our show, please reach out. I've got kind of a serious guest tomorrow, and we're going to be talking about ways to get help if you've been having feelings that you're just you can't shake. This time of year brings on anxiety, brings on stress. We've got some relief coming in for you tomorrow. We'll talk to Kim, and I'm really looking forward to kind people that are going to be in the studio with us. Thursday, I'm hoping to have you, Miss Kelly. So we'll see if you're going to be around. And Friday, I'll have RTB and we'll recap all of our fun at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So it's full week of shows.
By the way, where does he get his outfits?
Rich, hysterical. When I opened up that hotel, when I was picking him up right nearby, and he looked like Sergeant Pepper, I about spit my coffee at him.
I imagine.
It's great. He has these custom made. He's got the custom made wardrobe.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
This bear does not dress off the rack. He is a custom kind of guy.
And Hank knows what bear means now.
Proud of you. Got to get you that dictionary, Sarah.
I need that dictionary, guys.
Have a great week, everyone, and we'll talk to you soon.
Hey, see you later, kids. See you at noontime.
Oh, yeah, right. What do you got coming up on the show?
I don't know yet. We'll figure it out when we get there.
See ya. Oh, my God.